Welcome back. So apparently it is global pandemic season, so I thought I would make a plague beer. This beer is essentially a modified version of my Like My Heart Black IPA, but we're gonna do a plague Black IPA instead this time. Well, hopefully the water utility keeps working. I've been seeing a lot of people buy bottled water for this plague that you're just supposed to stay inside for, but whatever. I'm using all my water to make beer because I don't want to go to the store and have to buy any. Okay, so for water, we're using 7 gallons of RO. And for the additions, we're doing a hoppy IPA kind of profile. I brought the calcium chloride up a little bit just because I like, more balanced IPA and I like a juicy. So we're gonna do 10 grams of gypsum, 5 grams of calcium chloride, 5 grams of Epsom salt, and then 1 gram of baking soda just to kind of even things out. So my water's already hot, so I'm just gonna add this real quick. All right. And now I'm gonna mash in. My screen's already in here. So the malt bill on this is mostly 2-row. So it's about 10.5 pounds of 2-row. I got 12 ounces of white wheat. I've got 12 ounces of Carafa 3 to give us our black color. And then a pound of Caramel 60 for some sweetness, some body. The wheat's in there to give us a nice head. So, I kind of want a Guinness-y like head. It'll should be nice and tan colored and thick. And we're gonna mash for 45 minutes because, it's the end of the world. Who knows how much time we have left. So our pre-boil gravity is at 14.5 Brix, which I think is about what we're aiming for at 1.056 specific gravity. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the grain, and we get to do the point of the show where everyone gets to watch me struggle with this grain. That was a hard one. I guess there's more grain in this than I thought there was. I can't wait to one day have my pulley system. All right. So this guy's ready to drain out, and then we'll pull it in a few minutes. I'm gonna turn my heat up so that while this drains, I can get ready to boil, and then I'll meet you guys back here at the 30-minute mark in the boil. So I have some really cool hops from Yakima Valley Hops that I've been sitting on trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with. I feel like Medusa is appropriate for the times we live in. So we're gonna use that. It's supposed to be woody, citrus, sweet fruit, green grassy. And then we're also gonna use an experimental variety that I got from Yakima, HBC 586. So this one's supposed to be super tropical and fruity, kind of mango-y. And it's really good for aroma. So these hops are both pretty good for aroma. Medusa's kind of more of an earthy one, but we're just kind of going to intermingle them, and we're going to do a serious dry hop. We're going to do 5 ounces of dry hop. So let's get to it. These are the boil hops that I'm going to be using. So we're going to start our hop additions at 30 minutes, and we're going to start with the HBC because it's got a higher alpha content. Let's smell this. I haven't even opened this yet. Why is everything so hard? Ooh. It's super mango-y. It's like mango pineapple. Ooh, I'm so excited about this. This is gonna be such a weirdly tropical black IPA. I feel like a lot of black IPAs kind of focus more on the pininess and like resiny hops and more earthy or whatever, but screw it. There's no rules. So at 30 minutes, we're gonna do 1 ounce of HBC 586. They're so green. They're so fresh. And then I didn't even write what that one is. I assume this is 5 minutes. So we're gonna do Medusa at 15 minutes. So Yakima started canning their hops, and they're doing a double dose of nitrogen in them to keep them super fresh. And then they also give you these like can topper things to save them in your fridge. So this is also the weirdest like long hops I've ever seen. So weird. It's like rabbit food. All right, so we're doing 1 ounce at 15 minutes of Medusa. And then at 5 minutes, we're gonna do 2 ounces of HBC 586 and 2 ounces of Medusa. Man, I'm going through this Medusa. It's gonna be so hoppy. I think if there's such a thing as too much aroma in an IPA, I'm going to hit it. The Medusa kind of smells a little bit more like Galaxy or Simcoe or something that's got like a little bit of the cattiness. And then, yeah, the HBC 586 is straight up fruit. So we're gonna do those, and then on day 3 of fermentation, I'm going to dry hop with 3 ounces of this HBC and then 2 ounces of the Medusa. So the reason we're doing it so early is because I don't want any oxidation in this black IPA. I've had some come back to me before from competitions that say they're a little bit oxidized, and that is not what I want. So we're gonna throw them in while the yeast is still super active so it can force any oxygen out of the beer. All right, so this beer now looks like molten chocolate, and it's been boiling for about half an hour, and I'm gonna throw in my 30-minute hop addition, which is our first hop addition, and it's the HBC 586. So super tropical, whatever, high alpha acid. I think it's around 13%, and throwing it right into my spider. So now I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes for our Medusa edition. So we just found out that all the bars in LA are closed. LA runs on a service economy, so this is very disturbing. And so you know what? We're making beer here. We got money in the mash. It's liquid gold, baby. We're doing our 15-minute edition, and this is 1 ounce of Medusa. All right, so this is our last addition. We got 2 ounces of HBC and 2 ounces of Medusa. And this is the 5-minute edition, so not much left to go. Okay, so our boil is done, and I'm just gonna start my chiller. Turn off the heat. All right, and then start my pump back up. All right, so once this gets down to around 70 or so degrees, we'll transfer it into the fermenter. Okay, so we're at 66 degrees now, and I'm gonna go ahead and transfer it to my already sanitized fermenter right here. So I'm just gonna pull this lid. I'm gonna turn off my sink, obviously. All right, so just gonna drape this guy in. So much protein on there. And then turn my pump back on. So as I usually do, I'm just holding this up so that I can aerate my wort for my yeast. So while I'm doing this, I already took a original gravity reading, and it looks like it's about 15.5. So that seems like it's gonna end up being around 1.061 based on my refractometer calibration. So that's what we were aiming for. So super excited. This should be a really good black IPA. Little heavy. It'll probably ferment down beyond the final gravity that it's expecting. It's expecting 1.012 to get a 6.4% ABV, but I have a feeling it'll get down to like 1.010 and probably give us a little higher, 6.5, 6.6. So we got just about 5 gallons out of this, and I'm just going to pitch my California ale yeast into it. All right, so I'm gonna seal this guy up and we're gonna be all done. Re-sanitize my lid. So this is my first batch during the apocalypse, and hopefully in a week and a half this will be drinkable because I am running out of beer quick. And yeah, so tomorrow I think I'm gonna make another beer. You know, we gotta keep these cranks moving, you know. Who knows what's gonna happen? All the bars in LA are now closed. Hopefully my liquor store doesn't close. I've been fighting the coronavirus with whiskey lately. But yeah, I'll see you guys back here soon. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you're laughing, it's gonna be shaky. Pull it together.
Usually we do this with Marcus. Hold on, I'll do it.
Boop. We're gonna do it, and I think tomorrow I'm gonna brew a, what?
It's about a 40-foot by 10-foot wide, but both walls, right and left, extend another 8 feet or 10 feet or whatever it is. Oh wait, so no, it's 10-foot wide, extends another 5 feet. So become...
And that's all, folks.
Okay, good practice and rolling.